Guesstures. I'm not sure anything about it, other than it seems like we may be getting into movies as much as anything else. And that might not be the side. Okay. What is easy and what is hard as far as word guessing questions, just like IQ test questions, really varies more what you've been exposed to than anything else, or your particular type of interest or whatever. And the connection of a golf to a necklace, well, the people who play golf are more likely to be able to give their wives necklaces worth talking about, right? A balloon and a back. Well, you could sneak up on someone with a balloon and pop it. That's something that's not nice, right? And there is that reference spiritually about the end times, that the individual that they call the Antichrist will be able to make people think fire is water and water is fire. And sometimes, the hot water is easier to deal with than the cold water. You typically need a blend, right? Pucker and flirt. Well, not everybody has developed that attachment to the whole kissing thing. And gargle and broom. Well, brooms kind of have the teeth thing going on. And is gargling about the noise, and brooms make a unique noise in themselves. Kind of freak out cats sometimes with it. I'm not seeing any rules other than I just think this is one of those guessing games of some sort. A wagon and a roll. Well, typically you talk about rolling as in terms of downhill with the wagon. Music and newspaper. Well, the frivolous things in life tend to be reported on a bit much in the news of various types, and now that it is all on the television, or almost all on the television, or over your computer, or something equivalent, music is a standard part of it. A rope and taffy. Well, taffy is that thing that you pull, and there's other candy that you pull and maybe it hardens. There used to be game shows that, well, guess the word, right? So flower and autograph. I think flowers are one of those things that you're going to find uniqueness if you look hard enough. This is pretty much a game that, what do? You try to get somebody to guess the word and you don't say the word, and maybe there are other rules about that. A peak and a waist. Well, it used to be that people wouldn't see your waist unless they got a peek. Because people were more modest back in the day. I mean, not when this was made or when television was invented, They invented types of clothing that they'd charge more for, but you were less covered, So essentially they were ripping you off and filling you with, anyway, so yawn and calf. I don't know, were little cows sleepier? Shovel and a claw. Now, there's different ways about things, and I remember there's this verse in the Bible where there was this hook with 3 teeth, or maybe it was like a little rake sort of thing, and anything that could be grabbed with a dip or grab at the hot meat that was being cooked from the sacrifices was for the priests. A stick and stiff. Well, people will say I'm stiff as a stick. Or well, they're both things that you expect to be whatever. Stomp and leash. Well, both things can be constraining. Tree and worm. It's probably a fruit tree, right? Above and mountain. Well, even though the mountains aren't literally above you, people refer to higher up as above. Bake and pregnant. Well, things are being processed either way. Belly dance and room. Well, there are rooms for that stuff, but I mean, what people do in the privacy of their own homes, right? Boy and funny. Well, whether a literal boy or a figure of speech, people do look for the boys to be funny. But sometimes it's the other way around. Burglar and carve. Well, burglars tend to do a little damage in what they do, so if they have to carve to pick a lock or whatever they're doing. Crazy and planet. Well, there are psychological and spiritual realms that you can go to, and it's not the same thing as, oh, you just say the name and imagine it. It's like, then you're just imagining the blue planet or the purple planet, and when I was a kid it was the pink planet. But it wasn't crazy because I wasn't separating myself from physical reality to engage in that thought as a child. And by child, I mean a young child, you know. Aim and lost. Well, you may need to find your way. And so direction is one of the methods. Closet and garden. Well, in a way, you want to shut off your garden from the other stuff, just like a closet is, you know, something concealed. But of course, your garden's going to end up with some sort of seeds and weeds of various types, or maybe leaves or something that you don't want there. Soft and opera. Well, you let the music move you, right? Or the meaning or whatever move you. You don't have to be abusive at it. Or soft isn't necessarily a volume call either. Call and party, so people will be called forth to take part in things. Penny and quarterback. Well, I don't think you want to play football in your penny loafers, but and I thought that was weird too. It's like I don't want. It's like I had penny loafers at some point when I was younger, and it's like I don't want to put a penny in there. That's a stupid decoration. But then, of course, if you use something else, somebody might that was cooler or something, somebody might steal it or something. But gas and shadow. Well, they're both semi-elusive things, aren't they? Shout and mix. Well, if you raise your voice, it may be to be heard amongst other stuff that's going on. Santa Claus and loud. Well, Santa Claus looks more loud than he is, because isn't Santa Claus supposed to sneak around? And some of the stories, oh, we hear him from like blocks away, you know, dashing through the snow with the bells or whatever's going on. Or I think Thor and Odin kind of want to sneak up on you sort of thing. Ad and monster. Well, some people become monsters. Water and zombie. Well, zombie can be a drugging thing, and water can get that down. Or water can get somebody out of a mode, but you don't just go around splashing water on people or anything like that. Curtsy and spin. Respect versus disrespect. Jackhammer and sheep. Sounds like one of those factory farm things. Toaster and waiter. Well, I wonder if there's like restaurants where you can there's actually a toaster or something, and you toast yourself accordingly. I think they all just, you hire a waiter so you don't have to use the toaster yourself. Chicken and molar. Well, it can get stuck on your teeth, and the one is your teeth.